Hi friends, this is Rika. Welcome to this class. This is the second week of a 7-week journey through the 7 main chakras. So from root chakra to crown. This week we are going to focus on our second chakra, the Shvadhistana, which is our sacral chakra. It's located 2 fingers underneath our navel, so right where our womb is, where all our sexual organs are, our reproductive organs. And this chakra is all about emotions. It's also all about creativity, sensuality. So today in this class, we will open up our hips to release any emotion, any tension stored within our hips, as they tend to be stored right here in our hip flexors. And we're also going to have some creative, playful transitions and asanas. I invite you to listen to your body today. Don't listen to your mind. Listen to your body. What is it trying to tell me? What does it allow you to do today? What does it allow me to do today? And yeah, without saying more, we will need 2 blocks today. Maybe take a strap as well. And then we find our way onto our backs. We start this class in Baddha Konasana, Supta Baddha Konasana, with our feet touching, knees falling outward, and then come onto your backs. If you want, you can already here place some blocks underneath your thighs to elevate your thighs a little bit so you don't have too much tension within your hip flexors, only as much as it is comfortable for you. And then you can take one hand onto your womb, the other one wherever it lands, maybe also on top of the other hand, or maybe somewhere on your ribs or chest. And then close your eyes or soften your gaze. Take a few deep inhales and exhales here. And just notice how the breath flows into your body. Notice how with each exhalation you release a little bit more tension within your hips. Maybe your knees can fall apart a little bit more. And then direct your breath in all the way into your womb. So maybe you feel your womb expand underneath your hand. Or if your exhale, it flattens back down. Inhale into your womb. Exhale, flatten back down. Do this one more time. And now imagine where your breath was flowing in before, in the area of your womb. Now you see a small, tiny little dot, bright and orange in color, lighting up inside your womb. Maybe you feel this light getting brighter and spreading all across your lower abdomen with each in and out breath. until your whole womb is shining in a bright, vibrant orange color, giving you warmth and creative power. And while the orange color fills up your womb area, come back to yourself and set an intention for the practice today. Maybe it's something connected to your sacral chakra, something connected to your creativity and sensuality. It can be as simple as creativity flows freely within me, or I feel pleasure in everything I do. And whenever you have your intention, repeat this intention to yourself for 3 times. And do not only say these words to yourself, really put meaning into them, put some emotion into them. Feel into those words. And maybe you can feel a sensation rising up anywhere in your body. Feel into that sensation. Maybe breathe into it, releasing it with your out breath. Breathing into it, making it deeper, stronger. Exhaling, letting go. Now bring your awareness back towards the orange light within your sacral region. Maybe let the air through your breath flow all the way into your womb again, creating even brighter, more vibrant orange light within your womb. And with your exhale, release the air out, release the light out of your womb into your surroundings, creating a protective surrounding, a protective light around you. Keep that light there throughout the practice, protecting you, your body, your emotions. And with your next inhale, release your hands to your sides. Maybe place your hands underneath your thighs and gently bring your knees back together. Walk your feet mat width apart and let your knees fall inward. Take a few moments here and feel the closing of your hips. Maybe you feel a sensation within your hip flexors. Just notice. With your next inhale, start to lift your feet up towards the ceiling. You're straightening your legs here. You can keep your hands onto your belly if you had them there. You can also place them next to you or straight to your sides. And then with your inhale, open up your heels towards the sides. So your legs are opening up. Your hips are opening up. Flex your feet. Your toes are pointing towards yourself. And with your next inhale, bring your feet back together and then interlace your right leg around your left, bend your knees and come into eagle legs, maybe bind once or twice. Breathe here. With your inhale, lift your legs back up towards the ceiling. Flex your feet and then open up your hips again. Exhale here. And with your inhale, bring your feet back together. Now interlace your left leg around your right leg. Bend your knees and bind once or twice into eagle legs on this side. Breathe here. And with your inhale, come back to center, reach your legs up. Open up your legs towards the sides, feet flexed. We do this one more time on each side. So with your next inhale, bring your feet back together. Now interlace your right leg around your left leg once or twice. Eagle legs. Breathe here. Inhale, lift your legs up. Open up your legs to the sides, open your hips, flex your feet. Exhale here. And with your inhale, come back to center. And then interlace your left leg around your right leg, bind once or twice. Breathe here. I invite you to, throughout the practice, anytime you want, bring your attention towards your womb, to the orange light within your womb, creating power, creative power. Inhale, lift your legs up. Open up your legs one more time. And with your next inhale, bring your legs back together. Take one breath here with your legs straight towards the ceiling. And then exhale, bend your knees towards your chest. Place your hands underneath your knees, onto your shins. And then start opening up your knees towards your armpits. So right knee towards right armpit, left knee towards left armpit. And start to draw some circles. So you're bringing your knees towards the back, facing towards the ceiling, and then bring them back to your chest, opening up to your armpits. Do these circles a few times in your own pace. You can choose to move with your breath or choose to move as fast or slow as you want. Whatever feels good in your hips right now. And then change the direction. And when you come back to center, bring your knees towards your chest. Keep your hands where they are and then start to do some spinal rolls to come into seated. Take as many rolls as you want, maybe a few more than you need to really massage your spine here. And whenever you come to seated, then place your feet into a comfortable seated position. Take your hands onto your thighs or knees. Maybe roll your shoulders back one time. And then slowly start to shift towards the right side. And with your inhale, come towards the front, really lifting your chest up, look towards the front. Come to the left, and with your exhale, round your back. Go through the back, all the way to the right again. Inhale through the front. Exhale to the back. Do this again in your own pace. Maybe a little faster, maybe a little slower. Or try to really move with your breath. Try to do really big circles. Creating a lot of space within your womb. And when you come back to the right, then move into the other direction. So first go through the back. Inhale to the front and right. Exhale back and left. Inhale front and right. And then when you come back to the right, then shift into center, maybe shift from left to right a little bit to find the perfect spot for your spine, for your torso to sit on your base of the spine. All right. Now we start in tabletop position. So bring your hands onto your mat underneath your shoulders. Your fingers are widely spread. Your knees are underneath your hips, hip distance apart. And then start to lower your navel down, lift your chest up, look towards the front. Make yourself really tall here, long in the front side of the body. Inhale, and with your exhale, round your back, look towards your navel. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, round your back. We try to move with your breath. Your head comes last. Do this in your own pace with your own breath a few times. Really try to use the whole range of movement here. With an inhale, come back to center, neutral spine, and then tuck your toes under and start to lift your hips up towards the ceiling into your downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Maybe walk your feet together and then bend one knee at a time. Walk your dog for a little bit. Maybe you want to twist from side to side a little bit. Look left and right. And then slowly find stillness. Take a few breaths here. Check your alignment. Feet are hip distance apart. Hands are shoulder width apart. Fingers are still widely spread. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. Your rib cage is tucked in. Now with your next inhale, start to lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. Your heel points to the ceiling, your toes point towards the mat. So your foot is flexed here. Inhale here. And with your exhale, bring your knee towards your nose, come into plank. And then step your right foot in between your hands. High lunge, Ashtachantrasana. Keep your hands underneath your shoulders and then start to lift your chest up. Maybe you come onto your fingertips like as if you would start off running from here. With your exhale, straighten your right leg. Bring your left knee towards your nose. Inhale, step back with your left foot. Lift your chest up. Exhale, round your back. Straighten your right leg. Bring your left knee towards your nose. And then inhale, step back again. Lift your chest. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, step back, lift your chest. Reach your arms up over your head. Come into high lunge, Chandrasana. Exhale, open up towards the left side. Your back foot is in 90 degrees. Your arms are straight, front and back. Look over your right fingertips, bend into your right knee. Make sure you can see your right big toe. Maybe lift your shoulders up and then roll them back one time. Really opening up your hips here. Now with your next inhale, shift towards the front. And with your exhale, place your right hand onto the outside of your right foot. You can also use a block here if you want to elevate a little bit. Lift your left arm up towards the ceiling. Keep the energy inside so your fingers are closed. Maybe have a slight pressure in between your right knee and right upper arm, as you would be holding a paper or something in between. Can look to the side or up towards your left fingers. And now with your next inhale, step your back foot a little bit closer towards the center of the mat and place your right hand onto the inside of your right foot. Come into Trikonasana, triangle pose here. Have a slight bend in your front knee, so you're not overstretching the hamstring here. And then exhale, release your left hand to your right hand. Shift or rotate your right foot inward into parallel with your back foot. Come into a wide-legged forward fold. Release your neck here. Maybe by shaking from side to side, front to back. And then maybe grab your ankles if it's available for you. Or you can also massage your lower back downward a little bit. And find back stillness, hands wherever they land. And then bring your right hand on top of your left foot or onto your shin. And reach your left arm up and towards the left. So really reaching towards the corner of the ceiling, not straight up. Inhale here. Exhale, come back to center. Place your left hand on top of your right hand, or maybe interlace your hands around your left shin. Bring yourself a little bit closer towards your leg. And then inhale, come to center. And place your left hand onto the right foot or right shin. Reach your right arm up and towards the other side of the room. You're really opening up your chest to the side and maybe up. Have both arms straight. You're not bending one arm here. And with your next exhale, come back. Right hand on top of left hand, maybe interlace your arms around your shin and pull you gently closer towards your thigh. Inhale, come back to center. One breath here, balance out. And then rotate all the way towards the front. Place both hands underneath your shoulders and step back into high plank. Make sure you are in one straight line from top of the crown of your head until your heels. So maybe you need to step a little bit further back to really create that straight line. And then roll over onto the outside of your right foot. Place your left foot on top of it and reach your left arm up into a side plank. You can also always take your left foot into the center of the mat if this is too challenging. Otherwise, start to lift your left leg up. Maybe bend your knee towards your armpit. Maybe grab your big toe with your peace fingers. And then maybe straighten your left leg up. Wherever you are, take a breath. And then bend your left knee towards your chest and step all the way to the front of the mat into high lunge. Now inhale, lift your chest up. And with your exhale, step all the way towards the front into Uttanasana, forward fold. Have a slight bend in your knee and take some deep breaths here. Maybe grab your ankles or maybe your big toes with your fingers. With your inhale, lift up into a half lift, Adho Uttanasana. Stay here, maybe take your hands to your heart center. Have a really straight spine, lift your head up. And with your exhale, release into Uttanasana. Take your hands underneath your shoulders and step back into downward facing dog. Take 3 deep breaths here. Engage your core, ribcage tucked in, shoulders away from your ears. With your inhale, lift your left leg up towards the ceiling. Heel points up, toes point towards the mat. Inhale here. And with your exhale, bend your knee towards your chest, come into high plank. Step in between your hands with your left foot this time. Keep your hands underneath your shoulders, maybe come onto your fingertips, and then lift your chest with your inhale. And with your exhale, straighten your left leg, bring your right knee towards your nose. Inhale, step back, lift your chest. Exhale, bring your right knee towards your nose. Inhale, step back, lift your chest. Exhale, bend your knee towards your nose. Inhale, step back, lift your chest. And now with your inhale, lift your arms up, come into high lunge. Exhale, rotate open towards the right. Your back foot is in 90 degrees. Front knees above your ankle. Look over your front fingertips. Again, if you want, lift your arms and shoulders and roll your shoulders back. Really try to open up your hips here. Maybe you want to feel or create that orange light within your womb again. How it is there, full of creativity, sensuality. And then with your inhale, shift to the front. Exhale, left hand onto the outside of your left foot, right arm up. Maybe look to the side or up towards the ceiling. Keep the energy locked inside. And then with your next inhale, step your back foot a little bit further into the center of the mat. Straighten your front leg and place your left hand onto the inside of your left foot. Keep your right arm reaching upward, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Really open up your chest towards the side. Or maybe you need to come up a little bit to do so, either on your fingertips or on a block. And now with your exhale, release your right arm to your left, rotate your front foot inward and come into a wide-legged forward fold. Maybe this time grab your big toes, point your elbows outward, and then gently pull yourself towards your thighs. Now, with your left hand, come onto your right foot. Open your chest to the side and reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. And then open up a little bit more towards the corner of the ceiling. Exhale, come back to center, right hand on left hand. Maybe interlace your ankle with your hands. Pull yourself gently closer towards your leg. And then come back to center. Take a breath here. Inhale to the other side. Right hand on left foot. Look up towards the side and then reach your left arm up and towards the other corner of the ceiling. Breathe here. Feel into the twist. Create some warmth within your womb. And then exhale. Left hand on right hand. Maybe interlace your fingers around your ankle. Gently pull yourself closer towards your leg. And release into center. Take a breath here. And then rotate towards the front of the mat. Take your hands underneath your shoulders and step back into high plank. Create that straight line again, fingers widely spread. Maybe walk your feet a little bit further towards the back. Step your toes a little bit backward. Have your neck in the elongation of your spine. And then rotate onto the outside of your left foot. Your right arm comes up towards the ceiling. Choose your side plank, either supported or here. And then lift your right leg up. Stay here or bend your knee towards your armpit. Maybe grab your big toe with your peace fingers. Maybe extend your leg towards the ceiling. One breath wherever you are. And then bend your right knee and guide it all the way towards the front of the mat into high lunge. Take an inhale, lift your chest. And with your exhale, step all the way into Uttanasana, forward fold. Now this time lift your toes, the palms of your feet, and place your palms of the hands underneath. So step onto your palms of your hands. And guide your elbows outward. Gently pull yourself closer towards your thighs. Stay with your hands here, if you had them underneath. And inhale, lift your chest up, look up towards the front. Exhale, release, take your hands back underneath your shoulders. And then step back into downward facing dog. Check your alignment. Feet are hip distance apart, hands are shoulder width apart. Lift through your hips. And with your next inhale, lift your right leg up. Heel pointing the ceiling, toes pointing the mat. Inhale here. Exhale, knee to nose. Now instead of stepping in between, place your shin on the mat. So your right knee comes towards your right wrist. And then untuck your back toes. Come into a half pigeon pose. You can keep your arms in the front or take them to your sides. And then stay here in the upright position. Have a slight tuck in your chin so you're really elongating here your neck and your spine. Have a strong core. And then look backward and look that your foot is not pointing inward or outward. It's in a straight line from hip to toe. One more breath here. And then roll onto the outside of your right hip. And then grab your foot, flex your foot, and bring it somewhere in between 90 degrees and 45 degrees. And then come back on, just squaring your hips. Take a few breaths here, really feeling the stretch in the outside of your hip and outside of your thigh. And then sit back onto the outside of your hip and bring your heel back into your hip groin. Reach your arms up through the sides. Exhale, fold forward, sleeping swan. Maybe place your forehead onto the mat. Take a few deep breaths here. With your next inhale, walk your hands towards your hips. Come into an upright position again. And then bend your left knee towards your buttocks. Take a breath here. And inhale your left arm up. And grab the inside of your left foot with your left hand. Gently pull your heel closer towards your buttocks. And then exhale, release. Bring your hands to your hips again and open up your hips towards the left side so that your right heel or your right toes are on the inside of your left leg. Your right knee is pointing towards the corner of your mat. Your left heel is grounding into the mat, toes pointing upward. Reach your arms through the sides up with your inhale. And with your exhale, bend towards the left side, so towards the back of the mat. Grab the outside of your left foot or the shin. And then reach your right arm towards the side. Really open up your chest to the side. So maybe open up your shoulder towards the ceiling a little bit. And keep your shoulder away from your ear. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, hands to your sides. Now lift your left leg up. Breathe here. Release. Rotate all the way towards the front. Bring your shin onto the mat. Sit down onto your heel. And then tuck your back toes under. Now bring your hands a little bit further towards the front. Around one hand away from your knee. And then start to lift yourself up so that your shoulders are above your wrists. Lift your left leg up, point your toes, and then lower down through chaturanga onto your chin. Keep lifting your left leg up. Your right back of the foot is grounding into the mat. Keep lifting here. 2 more. And with your exhale, release back down. Tuck your toes under and then rotate your right shin outward. Take your hand into one line with your knee and reach your left arm up, supported side plank. 1 breath here. And now with your exhale, bring your hands underneath your shoulders and step back into high plank. From here, lift your right leg up, point your toes, bend your knee, and then bring your right foot towards the left side of the mat. Reach your right arm above you and towards the front. Lift your chest, lift your hips. Stretch the whole front of your body here. And then exhale, come back to center. Step your right knee towards your chest and step it in between your hands. And then lift up into high lunge, Ashtachandasana again with your chest. Exhale, lift your back leg up, place your hands underneath your shoulders, point your toes, standing split. If you want, you can grab your ankle with your right hand, pull yourself a little bit closer towards your thigh, keep lifting with your back leg. Inhale here, come a little higher. Exhale, release your left leg to your right foot. And then maybe bend one knee at a time, shaking out your hips. And find back stillness. With your inhale, come into a half lift, Adho Uttanasana. Exhale, hands underneath your shoulders, step back into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 breaths here. Check your alignment. Maybe feel the creative power in your womb again. Orange light vibrating there. Now if you inhale, lift your left leg up towards the ceiling. Heel pointing up, toes pointing towards the mat. Inhale here. And with your exhale, bring your knee towards your nose. Now this time bring your knee to your wrist. Place your shin on the mat, untuck your back toes and come into a half pigeon. Keep your arms to the front or take them to the sides, really lifting up through the crown of your head. Make yourself long with your spine. Lift your chest up, slight tuck in your chin. Breathe here. Watch your foot in the back so it's not going inward or outward. It's in one straight line from buttocks to toe. Now shift onto your left hip. Grab your left foot, flex your foot, and place your foot somewhere in 90 or 45 degrees here onto the mat. Come onto your squared hips again, stretching the side of your leg. And then sit back down onto your hip. Bring your heel back to your hip groin and come all the way into your half pigeon again. Reach your arms through the sides and then exhale, fold over into sleeping swan. Make sure your hips stay squared. You can always use a block underneath your hips to keep you elevated. Now with your next inhale, walk your hands back towards your hips. Come into an upright position and then start to bend your back knee. Your heel towards your buttocks. Take a breath here. And then reach your right arm up and grab the inside of your right foot. Pull your foot a little bit closer towards your buttocks. Breathe here. And then with your exhale, release your arm back to the front and then open up towards the right side. Your right foot is flexed, heel pointing towards the mat, toes pointing towards the ceiling. And then reach your arms up with your inhale, and with your exhale, bend over your right thigh. This time grab the outside of your right foot or your shin and reach the left arm above you. Really stretch the side of your body. Inhale, come back to center, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands to your sides. Now lift your right leg up. Exhale, release. Bring your hands towards the front. Come onto your shin, sit down onto your heel, tuck your back toes under, and then walk your hands towards the front a little bit. Shift your weight so that your shoulders are above your wrists again. And then start to lift your right leg up, point your toes, your foot, and then through chaturanga, come onto your chin. Lift your right leg even further up. Up, up, up. Breathe here for 2 more. And with your next exhale, slowly come back down. Release your right leg on the mat. Your left leg rotates outward. And then reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Supported side plank on this side. Inhale here. Now with your exhale, bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Step back into high plank. Now from here, lift your left leg up. Point your toes, bend your knee. And then guide your right foot onto the outside of the mat. Flip your dog into wild thing. Reach your left arm towards the front. Lift your chest. Lift your hips. And then exhale, come back to center. Bring your knee towards your nose. Step in between your hands. Lift your chest up. Exhale, lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. Now this time keep your hands underneath your shoulders or take your left hand onto your left ankle. Keep reaching up with your right leg and gently pull yourself closer towards your standing leg. Inhale, lift a little higher. Exhale, step your right leg next to your left foot. Maybe bend your knee, shaking it out. And then find back stillness. Come into a half lift with your inhale. With your exhale, sit back down onto your buttocks. Maybe sit into the center of the mat and start to roll down onto your back. So take your hands towards the front or underneath your knees and go vertebra by vertebra. Now you might need your strap somewhere close. And then take your knees towards your chest. Take a few breaths here. Slow and steady breaths. And then interlace your hands around your shin, right underneath your right knee. Extend your left leg towards the front and on the mat. Ground your heel into the mat, flex your foot. And then with your inhale, bring your right knee towards your chest or towards your armpit, opening up your hip. And with your exhale, release the tension and let your knee fall further into this stretch. Do this push and pull a few times. Can be tiny micro movements. And with your inhale, come back to center. Knee towards your chest again. And then extend your right leg towards the ceiling. So your toes are pointing towards yourself. You're flexing your foot and grab your thigh or grab your shin. Or maybe you can grab your toe with your peace fingers. Try to keep your shoulders on the mat and shoulders relaxed. Your left hand on your hip. And gently pull your leg closer towards yourself. And with your next inhale, open up your hip towards the side, so guide your foot outward. Keep both hips grounded into the mat, so your left hip is not lifting up, it stays grounded. You can also take your hand underneath your thigh or underneath your shin. You can also use a strap here if you want and place it around the palm of your foot. Keep your left heel grounded into the mat, your left hip, your left shoulder. And inhale, slowly come back to center. And then rotate towards the right side, so into the center of your body a little bit. Can be a really small movement here until you feel a slight stretch in the side of your leg. And come back to center. Bend your right knee towards your chest and bring your left knee towards your chest as well. Take 1 or 2 breaths here. And then interlace your hands around your left leg underneath your knee. Extend your right leg to the front and down. Foot is flexed, heel is grounding into the mat. And then do the pulling movement here as well, either towards your chest or towards your armpit. Your left knee is guided towards your upper body. With the inhale, gently pull. And with the exhale, release into the stretch. Now inhale to center. And extend your left leg towards the ceiling. Flex your foot, grab your thigh, your shin, or with your big toe with your peace fingers. And then release your shoulders on the mat and gently pull your leg towards yourself. Maybe take your right hand onto your right hip. Slow and steady breaths here. You can also use the strap here if you want. And then with your inhale, open up your hip towards the side. Keep your whole, not both, keep your whole right side on the mat. So from right heel to hip to shoulder blade. Your next inhale, come back to center, slowly guide it back. And then gently come towards the center of your body to the right side. Stretching the outside of your leg here. Now come back to center, bend your left knee towards your chest, and then take your right knee towards your chest. Rock from side to side a little bit, massage your lower back. Feel the movement in your hip groins. And then let your knees fall towards the right side. Take your arms straight to your sides, come into a twist, maybe look up or towards your left fingertips. Keep both shoulders on the mat and maybe take your right hand on top of your left knee to gently pull yourself deeper. Take some deep belly breaths here. If you inhale, come back to center. Knees to your chest. Rock from side to side again a little bit. And then exhale your knees towards the left. Reach your arms to the sides again. Look up or towards your right fingertips. And then maybe take your left hand on top of your right knee. Gently deepen the stretch here. Keep both shoulder blades on the mat. You can also close your eyes already. And maybe you come back to the orange light around you, creating this creative aura. Maybe come back to thinking about all the sensual creativity in your life and that you want to manifest through your intention that you set today. Feel this power in all cells of your body. Inhale, come back to center. Knees to your chest. And then hug your shins with your arms. Maybe lift your head towards your knees. Take a really big squeeze here. With your inhale, squeeze tight. Bring some tension into your muscles. Hold your breath. Keep the tension. Keep the engagement. And with your exhale, release. Release your legs towards the front and down. You can also keep your feet together, knees outward if you want. And then release your hands to your sides with palms facing upward. Have a slight tuck in your chin to keep your neck elongated. And wherever you are, take a few deep breaths to release any tension within your body. Let your body completely surrender into the mat underneath. With every out-breath, the space between you and the earth beneath you is getting smaller and smaller until you completely melt into the ground underneath. Imagine the aura, the orange aura around you again. The vibrant light filling you with warmth, surrounding you with that sensual energy. And then remind yourself of your intention. And again, repeat it to yourself for 3 times with meaning. Now you can keep your legs like this or place your hands underneath your thighs again and guide your knees back inward, and then extend your legs towards the front and release completely. Release every single muscle within your body and every single muscle within your face. Do whatever you need to feel completely relaxed in this last pose, Shavasana. Slowly start to bring some awareness towards your breath and how the breath moves your body up and down. Your breath bringing your body alive with each in and exhalation. Maybe you want to take a little deeper breath now. And then slowly start to use your fingers and toes. Rotate your hands and feet. And then reach your arms above your head, make yourself long. Stretch from side to side. And then bring your knees towards your chest. Maybe hug your knees again, lifting your head, make yourself really small. And then roll onto one side. You maybe place your head onto your upper arm. Take a few moments here to arrive back in your physical body. Arrive back in the room. Arrive back in your surroundings. With your next inhale, use your upper hand to gently push yourself up into a seated posture. Take your hands into your heart center, roll your shoulders back one time. Gently nod your head towards your fingertips. And allow yourself to one more time tap into that creative sexual energy that you have within you. And repeat after me. I deserve joy. I deserve pleasure. I deserve a creative mind. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today for this second week of the chakra series. I hope to see you next week for the third chakra, which is the solar plexus, located right above our navel. It's going to be fiery, so subscribe to my channel to not miss it. See you soon.